Good evening and thank you for joining us for Live at 5, catching all the stars of astronomical news. I am your host, Brenda Waters. Tonight we have a special guest with us. He's a doctor, studied church law, economics, mathematics, and carries 3 separate degrees. But nothing is more fascinating than his deep dive into astronomy. Some have rejected him, and some have been fearful of his discoveries. But most of us can say we have benefited from his diligence. Please welcome Nikolai Copernicus. Copernicus, tell me about your childhood and how you learned to love astronomy.
As a child, I was brought up by my maternal uncle Lucas, who was the Bishop of Imerland, and who took law at the University of Herrera. I struggled about coming to terms between mathematical and religious subjects. I hesitated publishing my works because of fear that I contradicted the Bible.
You are known for your theory of heliocentrism. Can you explain that to our audience?
Yes, of course. Heliocentrism is the belief that the sun is the center of the universe, not the earth. That belief is called geocentrism, which is the exact opposite to my theory.
Your published works, until recently, went against what the world saw as truth about planet Earth. But you worked until your death to complete your findings. How might the Copernican revolution be paralleled to the gospel?
I believe that this is the epitome of the gospel, that if you look at it in the right way, the sun is the center, just like Christ is the center of our hearts when we are saved.
How did you develop your theory?
My idea was, why would God make such a complex motion for the cosmos, but to display the gospel, hence the aforementioned question.
Copernicus, I've heard you kept your ideas and conclusions from everyone except your close friends. Why did you choose that path?
I was terrified of backlash from the church, that they would figuratively and literally take my ideas and burn them. So I closely circulated my conclusions to my closest friends, who would not burn my precious life's work.
Why do you think the church hated your theory?
Because they got glory and fame. I think there might be some strong believers that still believe in geocentrism, but this group just wanted fame and glory.
Why do you think people wanted to believe in geocentrism rather than your theory?
Because we are all selfish beings, and we want fame, glory, etc. But we love to be the center of everything by sinful nature.
What else did you find about heliocentrism?
Like I said, the sun is the center, but also the earth has an axis and that it revolves around it daily. Plus, the earth orbits. The earth orbits around the sun every year.
Why were you fearful of backlash from the church?
I was afraid of what they would publish me as, and I did not want to contradict the Bible and be blasphemous and be the center of bad talk.
Why were you so desperate to set things right?
Because I wanted what God intended, not what man intended. I believe that this was his plan all along for me.
What were the differences between geocentrism and heliocentrism?
The planets were in different order. For instance, the sun was in Jupiter's spot, and the planets moved in a spherical way while orbiting.
Why do you think the religious establishment finally decided to give up attempting to defeat your findings?
I think they saw everyone else believing it, and did it because they did not want to be the odd ones out. And they knew it was true and got tired of saying it wasn't.
Did your friends accept your ideas and like them?
Yes, my friends loved and accepted my ideas, and they were actually the ones who encouraged me to publish them.
How did the people outside of the church accept your ideas?
They thought it was weird, just like everything else when it's first invented, but they took it much faster than the church.
Based on what you've learned throughout this revolution, would you do anything differently?
I would do it a lot sooner, because I realize God is with me, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
How do you think this will help future astronomers?
I think it will open up a lot more time to think about, not having to ponder all of that geocentrism nonsense.
Thank you, Copernicus, for your time with us. This This has been Brenda Waters, and I will catch you on the next revolution.